It's kind of weak.
Alright, welcome back, y'all. We're going live from Nebraska this time to cover this very strong line of storms that's going northeast, classic Nebraska. So if you're in the towns of Thereford, Mullen, even Broken Bow, you guys are going to be up next. Grand Isle, you guys are going to be soon. Wow, that's a big severe thunderstorm warning. It just takes up the entirety of this county of Minnekoto. So all these all these red boxes are severe thunderstorm warnings. These are all for 70-mile-per-hour winds. The northernmost one has 1-inch hail with it and a possible tornado up here, as there is a chance for tornadoes today, as we do, in fact, have a 5% tornado risk. These storms are in that 5%. So this is their best opportunity. Now, can they still do stuff since it's 2%? Yes. So they still have time until they really don't do much, but just still watch if you're in O'Neill, Valentine, to Omaha even, possibly. We had the biggest threat today is wind, and that's for really down here. We're expecting the biggest winds, but it's showing eminent that it's up here. Hail is not as much of a threat. We still have a 15% from Nebraska into central Kansas, and a 5% all the way down to that Texas border. So if you're in Oklahoma City, have a few ways to get your alerts. Same with Tulsa. You're not out of blue. You still have a marginal risk. But the biggest threat is up here with this slight. Tomorrow, on the other hand, is looking a bit more significant. I would not be surprised if we get a 5% in here, so they would probably push the 2% over to there, and add a 5% in northwestern Mississippi, as the HRRR and a few other models are in fact showing some isolated storms. On day 3 is one of our biggest risks yet for a long time. Huge slight from just south of the OKC metro region to Louisiana, including Shreveport, Texarkana, all the way down to San Antonio, Big Spring, Houston, Dallas, Wichita Falls, Altus, Austin, Abilene, and Waco. All you guys have a slight risk tomorrow. But the risk isn't over there. Not tomorrow, on Monday. It goes all the way up here into Missouri as a marginal risk, but still have to have your way scale alerts because marginal risk can still produce tornadoes, as we've definitely seen before. On day 4, which is Tuesday, we have another large slight risk, pretty much for the same areas, from Wichita Falls to DFW, San Antonio, Houston, all over to Mississippi, Vicksburg, Natchez, most of Louisiana. Day 5, though, the entire state of Louisiana has to be weather aware. Same with most of Mississippi, southern Arkansas, eastern Texas, southwestern Alabama, this little area of Oklahoma, this tiny little area of Florida, but I don't think many people live there, and parts of the Memphis, Tennessee metro region. Day 6, have one for the South Carolina through Georgia. Huh? One second. And then on day 7, we don't have a risk, but the SPC keeps mentioning that we could get a 15% for somewhere in this region. So keep an eye out if you're in the Northeast. Possible severe weather. I know this is not usually when we get severe weather, but definitely a chance. Let's see if there's any rotation within this line. I don't see much in the way of rotation. Let me pull up Vince's feed and see what he's saying on my iPad. Alrighty. Okay. So, sorry. So we do have definitely have some good indications of a very strong line of storms going from here in Nebraska it's gonna keep going. So people in Grand Isle, you guys are not out of the clear. Neither are you guys in Lincoln. Neither are you guys in Omaha or even Sioux City. You guys are going to get it later on. We will actually take a look at the HRRR real quick to just see what this give us a general idea of what this storm is gonna turn into. Let me just get Vince up. So here's what the HRRR is saying. So we're gonna so right now here's where we are. So it's a little off, but close enough. But it's gonna really develop into a very strong line, stretching from northern Texas through Oklahoma, through Kansas, through Nebraska, and even into possibly into South Dakota. This is a very large storm system with very large potential to cause a lot of damaging winds throughout Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, even northern Texas, maybe southern South Dakota, Iowa, most chance later on tonight. So we are continuing to watch this. So if we go on the next hour, as you can see, we actually have some um semi-discrete storms here in southern Kansas. Have to watch those. But they are mostly a part of this large storm system that stretches from South Dakota through Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. A lot of people in chance for severe storms tonight. So definitely have to watch out if you're anywhere in eastern Kansas, eastern Nebraska, eastern Oklahoma, northeastern Texas, and southern South Dakota. Mhm. So, what are your thoughts? What state is going to give us our first tornado warning today, Jaden?
Random hot take, Oklahoma.
Because of the HRRR with those isolated cells, you're saying those semi-discrete?
Or maybe look at southwestern Oklahoma real quick.
What do we? Oh,
Yeah, I know.
only in Oklahoma. Sorry, guys. This always happens when it's always Oklahoma. So, are any of these rotating?
No, not yet.
Okay, how fast did these pop up?
Like
Oh,
in
very fast. Within the last 7 frames. Fast.
for me in the last 5 frames.
You know what I mean? I'm just playing the last 7 frame loop.
They for real just exploded.
Oklahoma, we're not doing this today. Wait a minute. Are these in a good environment of Oklahoma? Let me check. Alright, welcome back, y'all. We're going live from Nebraska this time to cover this very strong line of storms that's going northeast. Classic Actually, Nebraska. this area of Oklahoma has 500 capes. So if you're in the towns of Thereford, Mullen, even Broken Bow, you They guys do are have
Mm-hmm.
super
Mm-hmm.
going
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
be up next. Deposit down there. So Grand Isle, I you would guys not are be gonna be soon. surprised if we get Wow, that's a a big severe thunderstorm warning. It just takes up the watch for entirety this of this region county of of Minnekoto. So all these all these red boxes are severe thunderstorm warnings. These are all for 70-mile-per-hour winds. The northernmost one has 1-inch hail with it and a possible tornado up here. I can hear that. As there is a chance for tornadoes today, So as we do please in lower your fact volume. Thank you. have a 5% tornado risk.
Hear what?
These storms
I can
are
hear
in that
what you're
5%.
watching.
So this is their best
I'm not watching
opportunity. Now,
anything.
can they still do stuff since it's 2%? Yes. So they still have
All right,
time
I'll turn
until
my
they
PC off
really.
then.
Nope. It was my issue. It was my issue. Never mind.
What?
It was my issue. I had my
Yeah, I was
screen.
gonna say.
Okay, so yeah, this thing is definitely a very strong line actually of storms. All right, so if you're in Broken Bow, you guys are now have a severe thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-per-hour winds. So please get inside and away from windows. Same if you're in the towns of Ainsley or Stargant. Please get inside and away from windows. This thing's a very strong line of storms, especially on the northern. Actually, the whole thing has 70-mile-per-hour winds based on the severe thunderstorm warnings. But this area of the north side headed towards um Thetford, like near where the radar site is. Why did they pick this little tiny town for a radar site? I'm curious. But that little town, Thetford, yeah, that area looks like the strongest. So we're probably gonna have some power outages. So get ready for that. Let's see if we already have power outages. We already have 560, but half these counties are not even tracked. Good job. Um, do we have no chasers chasing in Oklahoma? No, we don't. I think these storms. Do you think these storms have a chance of doing something? Do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the HRRR has it in the exact same spot, and it has actually some the semi-discrete storms in north central Oklahoma is starting to fire up soon. So go look at it. Jaden, you need to go look at that. The newest HRRR.
I do.
Yeah,
Really.
it's in the middle of loading, but still, it's showing semi-discrete storms in Oklahoma along a boundary line.
All right then.
You see that, Jaden?
Hold on. I'm about to see. Um. Yes, that's actually a lot of semi-discrete cells.
Yeah, about that.
Wait. I'm gonna take a sounding right in front of the cell in the middle, and it is a marginal tornado sounding.
Oklahoma, we're not doing this
Very
today.
good last rate. Almost 60. Yeah, that's probably gonna produce a tornado if that's a one cell. If I go farther south,
Check a few cells. Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a couple tornadoes from that.
In Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Oklahoma seem to always like do something on these types of days?
Because Oklahoma's Oklahoma.
True. Oklahoma is definitely Oklahoma. So it's always Oklahoma.
I just pulled a tornado sounding right along the dry line. Nice.
In Oklahoma?
Hmm.
So apparently the town of Beloit, Kansas has no power. So this whole town has no power based on Vince. So definitely concerning as I mean this is their only storm because there's no back end storms, but if you're in eastern Oklahoma, you have to watch tonight. You have to be on alert.
Another tornado sounding.
Where?
Uh,
Can you send me pictures of these soundings? Thank you.
It's just dead center, central Oklahoma on the third hour.
I'm just gonna look at HRRR on not pivotal on radar omega just to see composite reflectivity. So here is the future radar. This is not happening currently, but there's a chance of this happening with this with these semi-discrete cells in central Oklahoma. We could see a possible tornado or two. And what is southern Kansas doing? What is southern Kansas doing?
Southern Kansas.
IHRRR on the third hour. Yeah, we're getting more and more power outages in this region. Yeah, so definitely have to continue to have your weather radios ready in case of power outage. So let's see, do we have any rotation among any of these cells in Kansas? No.
No.
So, in my opinion, the best tornadic threat will be down here in Oklahoma and southern Kansas. So, Um, where do you think the best tornado threat is within the next hour?
Nowhere.
Next 2 hours.
Otherwise, maybe Oklahoma. Oklahoma and southern Kansas.
Agree. I think that's the best one all night. Unless this line in Nebraska just out of nowhere has a kink in it and wraps up. So yeah, if you have friends and family in eastern Nebraska, eastern Kansas, eastern Oklahoma, send them over here. Tell them that we're here. Tell them that they should have many ways of getting alerts tonight. Local news is one. We are one. Um, NWS radios are one. All right, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning here in Kansas. This is for 70-mile-per-hour winds. This is for Hutchinson, Pedersen, Lindsborg. Please expect power outages with this, as we are losing power throughout lots of parts of Kansas with these storms. And these are headed towards the bigger cities of Manhattan, Kansas, eventually. Grand Isle soon. Beatrice, Lincoln, eventually Omaha. You guys need to be on alert later on this evening. Del Rio, Texas area looking like. Del Rio, you guys are fine today, but you guys need to watch out for the next few days. Tomorrow, you guys are fine, but day 3, you guys do have a marginal risk there in Del Rio. That's for some larger hail, most likely. And on day 4, you guys are good. So just really on Monday, you guys need to be on alert. So just heads up on Monday on the day of the solar eclipse. Please have ways to get your alerts. We will most likely try to be live later on Monday afternoon. All right, so back to here. So if you're anywhere ahead of these red boxes, east of these red boxes, or north of these red boxes, or even anywhere in this maroon color, you guys need to have many ways to get your alerts, as you guys are under a severe thunderstorm watch, which means you guys have favorable conditions for severe thunderstorms. It's mainly because of this strong line of storms headed kinda northeast. So definitely have to watch that coming towards y'all. If you guys are in Nebraska, eastern section, Kansas, and even Oklahoma soon. The Oklahoma storms are firing up west of Oklahoma City. And they're going to move towards Oklahoma City and most likely strengthen. you have any more questions about any locations in anywhere in the United States of America, please ask them. We will let you know. I will let you know what their locations, those impacts are for that location. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning down here for McPherson and Hutchinson. Also have this line of storms going from north central Kansas through south central Nebraska, including Kearney, Hastings, Field Bend, Broken Bow, all the way up to Thetford, which you guys now have a severe thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-per-hour winds. Well, you've had that, but take it seriously, please. Also have some lightning out here near Alliance, Nebraska. Just some lighter rain, though. And then a beautiful low shape over Sterling, Colorado. That is just such a nice a low shape. If you guys have any questions, please ask about your locations. I will be happy to answer. Yeah, Del Rio is just on Monday. You guys need to have a plan just in case you guys get some severe weather down there in Del Rio. So we have some little storms that are trying to get little hooks down here in Kansas, but they're not being successful. It's not the best environment ahead of it, but if one storm does take advantage, they
Be right back,
form.
alright?
You're back.
No, 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 I'm gonna be right back again because my mom wants me for something.
All right. Alrighty. So Vince is trying to get back to this Highway 81. Probably is gonna head south and then east on Interstate 70, and maybe back north over here on 99. Not sure though. He might just start trying to head south for the 4 or 5 days severe weather down in Dixie Alley. I don't 100% know what he's gonna be doing, but he's gonna be going along that line, I think. Take a look back down here in Oklahoma. We do have some storms forming down here along this frontal boundary, headed towards Chickasaw. Sorry if I butchered that name, but We're gonna look at this storm right here. No rotation. Is there hail? Not as of right now, but it is starting to have some lightning. So if you're in this box that I'm ah, sorry guys. If you are in this box that I'm highlighting, you are in the path of this little storm. So start having plans to get inside and away from windows. Not saying it's severe or anything, just saying that there is lots of lightning. So little town of Rush Springs, Lindsay, and if you're in the pool or anything, which I don't think you are, but just get inside. Um, don't need to be struck by lightning. If you hear thunder, like when thunder roars, go indoors. Just do this obvious stuff.
Okay, I'm back.
Alrighty. Um, so we just got a few new severe thunderstorm warnings. We got one for here for including Cairo, Louisville City, Ord, and Havana. This is for 70-mile-per-hour winds, Nebraska. We also got one here for Belleville, Concordia, and Minneapolis, Kansas. This is for 70-mile-per-hour winds as well. So we are continuing this 70-mile-per-hour winds on this line. Um, yeah, if you guys have any questions about any location in the United States, I can answer that. I can even answer it about snow. If you guys want to know if there's going to be snow, which I don't think there's many places right now that are going to get snow, but there are a few. So definitely ask about if you're. We will answer anything. I knew severe thunderstorm warning up here for Safford, and that's it really, and parts of Mullen. This is for 70-mile-per-hour wind, so we're continuing the 70-mile-per-hour wind thing, storm going from all the way up here into Kansas, and it's just gonna keep going this way. As you can see, it's a bow. What we call bow is because it looks sorry guys. We call it a bow because it looks like a bow. If you draw the bow on here, it looks like a bow and arrow. So that's what, because it's looking like that because there's a lot of pressure and a lot of wind behind it. So if you're in North Platte, Lexington, Kearney, you're probably already experiencing that hefty wind. Yeah, Hastings, Nebraska, you guys are gonna definitely get some good thunderstorms there and some pretty strong winds, probably around 60 to 70-mile-per-hour winds there in Hastings, Nebraska from this line of storms. And then afterwards, you're gonna get winds behind this thing because it's windy near the low pressure system. So you guys are definitely gonna get some stronger winds there in Hastings, Nebraska. So expect power outages anywhere in front of this line. So if you see your town out in front of it, or you see your county, expect power outages if you're out here. Back here, still expect some power outages as the low pressure system, the center of it, which is like right over there, is very windy right now. We are getting lots of power outages reports out here near Rye, Colorado, McCook, Colby, Goodland, North Platte. So it's always better to be ready than not ready. As I say, if you ever get a tornado warning or you see a tornado on the ground headed towards your house, Be prepared, not scared. So, let's look down here at Oklahoma. These storms are starting to fire up. They're moving east. So, some of them have some lightning now. So they are maturing into pretty good thunderstorms. So, if you're anywhere near these areas, get inside. You don't have to be away from windows yet, but I recommend it because glass is a lightning magnet. So I recommend uh getting closer to the interior of your house, not being on the outside of your house if you see lightning. Um, yes, there are. So in the state of Kansas, we have 1,802 people out. In the state of Nebraska, we have 546. Oklahoma, 2,599. Colorado, 10,734 people reporting outages. So there is definitely outages behind this line, and we will continue to see outages behind this line. If you have friends and family and you want to know questions about their towns, if you have questions about their towns anywhere in the U.S., we can also answer them. So let's take a quick look at the snowy side of this storm. We do have winter storm warnings out here for Wyoming. This is very heavy snow and rain over here, depending where you are. Probably rain over here, snow here in the mountains. This is very heavy. That's 40 to 50 dBz. So let's see if it's snow or not. Winter weather radar. Okay, this is not. I don't think it's rain up here in the mountains. But up here in the mountains, you can expect up to 4 to 7 inches of snow possible and 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Throughout most of Nebraska, upper Wyoming here, you can expect 2 to 5, maybe up to 10 inches. Except if you're in these little mountain range here, which I don't know the name of, you can expect 1 to 3 feet of snow. Same with this one down here, 6 to 12 inches. Colorado's mountains, you could see up to 2 to 5, possibly maybe more in the peaks. And out here near Scottsbluff, Nebraska, heavy wet snow possible. They never say an amount. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Up to 8 to 12 inches of snow possible throughout this area near Scottsbluff. So that's going to be a heavy wet snow. That's not going to be a dry snow that you can easily shovel. That's going to be very het, wet, webby, het, wet and heavy. Wet and heavy snow. So be careful. Take your time shoveling that. If you're in the mountains of Utah, you can expect a few inches of snow, up to 8 inches over there. We can also expect a freeze down here in southern Arizona. This is a hard freeze warning, so just be careful with that. Get your crops and get your plants inside. Grand Junction, you guys also have a freeze warning there. Also have freeze warnings for parts of the Carolinas, Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio. So a ton of states that do in fact have a chance for hail. Not hail, freezing. Whoops. Yeah, this is probably a chaser's favorite spot to chase in, the plains, because, well, as you can just see from satellite, there's less trees, more prairie. Down here in Dixie Alley, as you can see, there's a lot of trees. So we have to talk about the eclipse coming up that's going to go from Mexico into Texas, through there, up into the northeast. This will have some cloud cover, especially here in Texas. Sorry to say it. And north, and this area right there. But these areas in the green are the best areas to see the solar eclipse. Ohio River Valley and the Northeast, way up there in Maine, New Hampshire, Just be careful on the roads up there. They just saw a major snowstorm that brought a few feet of snow up here, so they are in no picnic with all that snow. Um, yeah, so now we're getting some power outages in Texas. Don't see much in Texas, probably wind related on the panhandle. But here in Oklahoma, we are definitely watching these storms develop. There's no rotation as of right now on any of them, nor do I expect any within the next few hours. Within the next few hours, there's a chance, especially as they get, unfortunately, as they get towards the OKC metro region, includes Norman, Moore, Edmond, all the way down here towards Ardmore, even maybe, has a chance of tornadoes. Sulphur, Pauls Valley, Wynwood, Ada, all the way up here to southern Kansas. Up probably the furthest north would be Wichita, I would say. So if you're Wichita to Wichita Falls, yes, to two Wichitas. If you're anywhere in between there, all the way over to Tulsa, that line. So I'll highlight that area. Let me just highlight it in yellow. If you're anywhere within this region, please be prepared for tonight. You guys do, in fact, have a chance for tornadoes based on HRRR and some models. The SBC still has not said anything about it, I don't think. Let me look. I just look at they posted their new outlook. They did not yet. Let me go check it out, guys. So it's gonna be when's their next update? Oh, 01Z. So they did post it. So they did have their new outlook. 301 Central, which is like an hour ago. So they did extend the marginal all the way down here into. Oh wait, we just saw this. No, they did. Wait, did they just extend the 20? Oh no, they've always had a 2% here, and here in Oklahoma. So here's the tornado risk. We have a 5% here for North Platte, Kearney, Holdridge, Lexington, Broken Bow. So this is 5% within every 25 miles of a given point. So let's say you're in North Platte, 25 miles. There's a 25%. There's a sorry guys. There's a 5% chance within this circle of seeing a tornado. Now, did we today? No. Just shows you how unlikely it is to see a tornado. Now, in this green area that goes all the way down to Oklahoma, you have a 2% chance for a tornado within 25 miles of your location. So let's just pick, let's do Manhattan, Kansas. Because, so if you draw a 25-mile radius around Manhattan, Kansas, anywhere within this given point has a 2% chance of it seeing a tornado today. Now, you know how low that is? That's the lowest on the scale of tornado risk. It goes 2%, 5%, 10%, 10% hatched, 15% hatched, 30% hatched, and yada yada yada, etc. So, we do have a low end tornado threat today, highest in being in this region, which I kind of think they should have extended the 2% down to this region and added maybe a small 5% there in Oklahoma, but I don't know. That one's a toughie. We do also have a wind risk. It is hatched, which means you just could see 70-mile-per-hour winds or higher. We also have a 15% hail risk, which means there's a 15% chance of seeing hail within 25 miles of a given point. The best risks for this week are for severe weather is this on Monday. Here's your risk. We have a slight risk, 2 out of 5, 1 out of 5 around that. On day 4, we also have the same areas. Slight risk, 2 out of 5 for that region. On day 5, we also have a risk, slight risk, which is 2 out of 5 on the scale. And on day 6, we have a risk, 2 out of 5 for the scale for Carolinas into Florida. Also, the SBC was mentioning about a possible 2 out of 5 risk for the Northeast here. So just have to continue to watch that play out. Um, um, New severe thunderstorm warning for up here. This is for Brunwell, Brewster, Taylor, or down here. This is also for 70-mile-per-hour winds. Also, Grand Isle. Okay, so this is new. They did add a tornado possible tag. That means there's a chance for a tornado within this area. So if you're
Which storm?
the Grand Isle severe thunderstorm warning, there's a tornado possible tag. It's probably for this one. Yeah, there's some broad rotation
Why
right
you call
there.
it Grand Isle?
Yeah, it's Grand Isle. No, Grand Island. Okay. Whoops.
Yeah.
Sorry. Messed up that name. I knew I would butcher a name today. But it's the easiest one.
Bro might have messed up.
There's some storms firing up here near Wichita. So, these storms near Oklahoma City are definitely starting to try and ramp up in size. They've really exploded over the past 30 frames ish. Watch, you can see them go from literally like 0 to nothing to explode right as they hit Lawton. So Lawton, we might have had some hail there, some really tiny hail, maybe some lightning and thunder, but not too much in the way of that stuff. Yeah. If you're just tuning in, we have a large severe thunderstorm warnings from Kansas all the way up in north central Nebraska. There's 70-mile-per-hour winds and a possible tornado with this southern one for Grand Island. This severe thunderstorm warning with a tour possible does include Hastings, Blue Hill, no Blue Hill, whoops, Red Cloud, Herbon, Fairfield, Sultan, Grand Island, St. Paul, Central City. So definitely a ton of places under the gun for this large severe thunderstorm. Um, yeah, eventually all these storms will hit Omaha and Lincoln. So I would not be surprised within the next hour or two if we get a severe thunderstorm watch. for Lincoln. We do have one already out for Omaha. But I would not be surprised if going for an extension for this area. Around this area of Kansas and maybe these two counties in Missouri. So I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom, guys. So you take over, Jaden, if there's something big.
All right.
Second. Alright, I'm back. So you still have 70-mile-per-hour winds all up and down this line. So this is not something to mess with. So yeah. So surprised we don't even have a special weather statement for any of these storms in Oklahoma. Are you surprised about that?
Yeah, they should have special weather statement.
At least on like the bottom one, because that one keeps intensifying. And on some of the top ones. Um, alrighty. Like I said again, if you guys have any questions about anywhere in the USA or Canada even, I can look at radars up there. I don't have alerts, but radars. Anywhere in the USA or Canada, go ahead and ask. Including Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Guam. I have radars. Well, actually, Guam's radars down, so I don't have Guam. I do have Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Alaska, and even Germany. I have radars over there, but I don't think much is happening right now. Yeah, no, there's nothing. They had some. There was definitely a few tornadoes up here in northern Germany yesterday, in northern Poland. So yesterday I was debating going live for that, but then I knew I would just really mess up on all the names and embarrass myself. So yeah, reason Why, I did not go live. So we will continue to watch these storms here in Oklahoma. So I'm shocked that NWS Norman has not put out a severe thunderstorm warning or special weather statement, at least for these storms in Oklahoma. Like, this bottom one should have one. These three should have one. This northern one should have one. Even this one way up here should have one. They should all have, and this one way down here, they should all at least have special weather statements by this point. I mean, I'm just shocked that they don't have special weather statements at this point. Hmm. Also, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, you can. Here's the link to that. Um, I'm pretty active on there. Try to post a lot. So that storm on the April 1st and 2nd that went across from like Missouri all the way to west to Virginia is now classified as a derecho. They classify it as a derecho now. So we've had a derecho this year apparently. So
Makes sense.
started way over here near St. Louis.
There's
Continued
there's
to
still as far south as northern Texas now. By the way,
yeah, I know. It's all on that one bound. How have they not put any alerts out for any of these storms here in Oklahoma? Like, not even a special weather statement. Yeah, okay, this northern one is slowly weakening. Now it's a 60-mile-per-hour storm, so you still have to be inside and away from windows, just not as severe as the first one. Yeah, if this setup was in May, we'd have much more issues. For sure. If this setup was in May, this would be close to being classified most likely as an outbreak of tornadoes. So let's see what the newest HRRR is showing now, because it was loading when we first checked it. Yeah, now it's finished loading the 20Z HRRR. So let's see what it says. It definitely still shows those isolated cells around hour 3. We already saw that. Then it has it dying and preparing for the next day of severe weather, which the risk is in this region. So if you're anywhere that I just circled, just heads up. Don't mind that. If you're anywhere in this region that I just circled, heads up, tomorrow you do have a severe threat and possible tornadoes as well. So, especially it's looking like the tornadic part is down here. Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, southern Tennessee there. That's where I'm really watching for the tornadic threat tomorrow. Power outages continue to go up here in Kansas and Nebraska. Cape values, which is convective energy, which makes thunderstorms, is going up in Oklahoma. It's at 1,000 now, ahead of these storms. So makes sense why these storms here in Oklahoma are developing very rapidly, and did develop very rapidly. So if you're in the town of Duncan, you probably hear some thunder and lightning. So get inside. Same with you guys in Oklahoma City. Get inside. There's some storms. You don't want to be trapped out inside storms. Okay, so new mesoscale discussion, 20% chance of watch in Oklahoma. This says, it states,
Watch it become a watch.
it states, isolated thunderstorms may develop ahead of the dry line this afternoon. A couple intense severe gusts or hail cannot be ruled out. So, I just reposted that if you want to go look. Yeah, we did. Shit, we had that a while ago. Alright. I'm gonna leave it up on this view for now to show you the alerts. Also, if you have any questions, please ask. I will be very happy to answer your questions about your locations and such around the United States of America and Canada. But warning, if you do ask from Canada, I will be using the United States' measurement system, the imperial system. So, just as an FYI. There's an observed sounding. I'm gonna send it to you, Jaden, from Oklahoma City area, east of Oklahoma City. So just take a look at that one.
All right, I will in a minute.
I just DM'd it to you. Oh, that's possibly a kink trying to form there, right here near Clay Center, Nebraska. So, storms on the southern side are slowly starting to weaken, but these storms are continuing to turn into a strong line of storms. Ooh, a little kink. Maybe some China rotations trying to start, but unlikely. Did you see the sounding I sent you? Did by DMs on
Yeah, I'm checking right now.
on Discord, not Twitter.
Oh yeah, that is a pretty impressive sounding, but it is capped for now. It looks like so.
Capped at the surface layer.
But if it could break that cap, there's gonna be something in Oklahoma City area.
Probably some photogenic ropes.
And the dew points are not bad. I show you. I'll send you a picture of their dews. This is as of that sounding was as of 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Same with these dew points. Their dews are not doing that bad. I'm pretty sure. Oh, that says upper 50s.
Yeah. It's kind of blurry though.
Yeah, I know. For some reason, the image is blurry on my end as well. Alrighty. So yeah, some storms definitely staying firing up there, and a large line of storms that is 70-mile-per-hour and tornado possible up and down the line now. So in Nebraska, so definitely have to continue to watch that. Yeah. Here's another sounding for tomorrow, Jaden. Um, in northern Mississippi.
All right. Hold on, I'll be right back. My mom wants me for swimming done.
Right. Um, Actually, we are seeing some storms firing up all across this dry line here in Oklahoma. Could be seeing a few trying to broadly rotate, but they just need to merge, and we need one dominant, and then that's all we need. And yeah, then we will see some probably photogenic rope tornadoes. Weak, brief, but that's that's slightly later on. Mm. Yeah, if you guys have any questions who are watching, please ask them. I will be willing to watch. And I will be willing to answer those questions of yours.
All right, I'm back.
Alrighty. Yeah, these storms in Oklahoma, all they have to do is just do a quick merger, and then all they have to do is a few mergers, and if one of them gets dominant, they're pretty good. Apparently, there's a reported lowering of one of the Oklahoma storms. Apparently. It's near, hold on, I need to see the storm. Okay, it's that storm south of Chickasaw. Chickasaw. There's a reported lowering, but doesn't really look that impressive. Alright, new severe thunderstorm warning for Central City, Fulton, York, Geneva, and Hebron, and Aurora, Nebraska. This is for tornado possible and 70-mile-per-hour winds.
Not gonna lie, I don't think anything tornadic is gonna happen within the next hour. Maybe like in an hour and a half.
Uh, oh,
Did you see the message I sent you on Discord?
yeah, but I'm just waiting till these storms get through OKC, and then I'm gonna end it and then rejoin, like restart it if there's a tornado warning. It just never
All
like
right.
I know whenever like Oklahoma City gets something, I always seem to notice that.
Watch, you're just gonna end it, and then there's gonna be a tornado warning immediately.
No, that's what's gonna happen. I'm calling it. That's what's going to happen. That's why that's why I'm hesitant to end. Yeah, that's really why I'm hesitant to end. Maybe I'll end. Yeah, I'm gonna end. So we'll be back, guys. If there is a tornado warning, if there isn't, just stay weather aware tonight. If you get severe thunderstorm warning.